This is a Cincy fan talking with LP. You can catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. You say it like it sounds, just leave off the G. If you have ideas for the show, you can reach me at Cincy_fan talk at yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you leave them there. Who knows, you might find yourself as part of the show. Any feedback would be definitely appreciated. And also, make sure you hit the Linktree page that's on my Twitter. Make sure you click on that. You can find all the different ways to contact me there. Enjoy the show. What is up? What's up? What is going on? Welcome to a fresh new episode of A Cincy Fan Talking with LP. And of course, this is your boy LP coming through with the newness. Happy to be back. Kind of took a little brief spell for a little bit, kind of going through it, going through some things. We are back though. Happy to be back. Appreciate everybody checking out the old episodes, catching up, laughing at the inside jokes, the embarrassing stuff that your boy go through and all of that. Appreciate y'all looking at that, checking it out. Appreciate you 100%. Appreciate y'all checking out the Linktree, sharing that stuff out. 100%. Appreciate all the love and support. Always love the shout outs and all of that. Nothing but love for y'all out there in the Twitter sphere. Everybody at Good Pods, all of that. Shouts out to all of y'all. We're going to go ahead and hop into this. Talk about a little bit of sports. Talk about some non-sports stuff. How we always do, Got to keep it all across the board because that's how we do out here. It's been a while since I talked about the Bengals on the pod because I haven't been on the pod for a while. So, got to talk about the Bengals even though I don't really want to. But, hey, it's what we do out here. I'm a Cincy fan talking. So, be remiss if I ain't talk about the boys from Cincy. And Zach Taylor. It started at the top. And I know people want to give him a pass because Burrow got hurt. And they dealing with injuries and, they playing tough opponents. Even I don't know if you can call the Cowboys a tough opponent. I don't know where they do that at. Worst defense in the league. You only put up 7 points against them. I know you got your second string quarterback, but you got a solid running back. Gio is not a slouch. And why you pull him like you do when he fumbles for the first time in 800-odd snaps, you pull him for the whole half, and then you don't bring him back in until third quarter? What kind of message are you sending to the rest of the squad? That, I get there's a youth movement, but, damn, seriously? That made absolutely no sense to me. For me personally, I'm binging The Office as we speak. It's on Netflix now, and I think it's about to go away because that's what they said before. It's going away at the end of 2020. Why not? Why not just fuck up 2020 all the way and just pull it at the end of the year, right? Why not? What Zach Taylor is doing is reminding me so much of Andy Bernard. When, that scene where Andy dresses up as a janitor, right? And he's going back to Dunder Mifflin after he got fired. But, David Wallace decided to buy back the company, and he's going to install Andy back in his former job as regional manager. That was the goal. But nobody knew except for Andy and Aaron. So and he's coming in as the quote unquote janitor, and he's gonna spring it on everybody as a surprise at 5 o'clock. So he's acting like the janitor, and he's acting drunk, and he's doing all types of dumb shit, trying to act like he's this lowly janitor. Erin pulls him to the side, and she's like, look, you're going to be installed as the regional manager, but you're doing stuff, and people aren't going to be able to unsee this. Like, calibrate. That's what she told her. She's like, calibrate. That's what's happening with Zach Taylor right now. Suppose he turns all of this around. Like, suppose in a year or two, the Bengals get better. They do this resurrection, and they get to a point where they look good. They start playing better. You have a respectable squad. Taylor is doing things that we can't unsee. Like, you can't unsee the things that's happening right now. You can't pull somebody as respected as Gio Bernard off the field when he makes a mistake. You can't do that. That's when you put faith and trust in your guys, and you go like, look, I believe you can do well. You'll be okay. Let's get them back out there. Even if you were like, look, we're going to get other people touches, so be ready to get pulled out. You got to scrap that approach. You got to be like, look, we said we're going to get Trayvon Williams some touches. We're going to get some Montreal Brown some touches. But right now, we got to make sure our boy is okay. We got you later. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to switch it up as a coach. And right now, I've been a Zach Taylor guy. Like, I've been on the pod saying, look, let him do his thing. He'll be okay. You gotta let him do his thing. But you also have to understand that your division is good. You're looking at one of the best divisions in football. AFC North, AFC West, AFC East is looking really good. These are 3 really good divisions. You're stuck behind the 8 ball in the AFC North. Behind the Browns, solid. Ravens, solid. Steelers, solid. And I get that you're in a rebuilding program. I get that. However, you really don't have time to have a coach that's finding himself and hasn't won a road game. How long do you ride this wave? And you can say that, you're not losing the locker room, but you can't do stuff like what he's doing as a coach and say you're not losing the locker room. You can't really say that. I mean, you have people like AJ Green saying, I really don't want to be here anymore. And this is somebody that said they wanted to be a Bengal for life. I mean, the tea leaves are reading that he's losing the locker room. And I get that, us fans, we're not able to read into certain things, but we're just watching what the players are saying and what the players are doing. And you have players that are leaving the Bengals and they're doing very well. I mean, they are. So maybe it's not the players. Maybe it's the coaching. And I really wish that the Bengals as a unit, as a program, as a team, would just shake things up. I just feel like they hold on to things a little bit too long. And when I say a little bit, I mean way too long. You have to be able to see that things are not going the right way and just say, hey, it's not working. Okay, it's only been 2 years. But if the 2 years are really bad, do you really need 2 more? Like, if I know I'm driving the wrong way down the street and I know it's the wrong way, like I can I can see that it's the wrong way. Like, I can see, like, I'm supposed to be going to 8755 Channing Way Boulevard. 8755 Channing Way Boulevard, right? But the addresses are saying 9555, 9558, 95, 95, 9687. I'm going up and I'm supposed to be going down. Do I really need to keep driving up the street to see that I'm going the wrong way? At some point, shouldn't I say, hey, forget it. Let me turn around and go down the street instead of up the street and see if it works out? At some point, you have to understand that what you're doing is wrong. And you have to have enough pride and enough humbleness about you to say, look, I made the wrong decision. I need to fix it. The longer you wait, the longer it takes for you to fix it. If I drive down this street too long, at some point, I'm going to have to turn around. But now, look, I'm out of gas. So now I have to pull over to the gas station. And now I have to spend money. And now I have to waste time. And if I would have just turned around earlier, I would have saved myself time. I would have saved myself money. I would have saved myself gas. I mean, it just makes so much sense to fix a mistake early. It just does. But instead, the Bengals, they won't fix the mistake. I feel like they hang on to players too long. I feel like they hang on to staff members too long. And when you look around the league, a lot of teams, they don't do this. They're willing to cut ties with people quickly. And a lot of times it works. Sometimes it doesn't work, but they're willing to change course when they see that things aren't going their way. I feel like they have a vision. And if things aren't going towards their vision, they cut those ties. Maybe it's about the Bengals don't have that vision that they had before. I feel like at least with Marvin Lewis, they had that vision. Maybe the vision wasn't being executed, but they had that vision. They knew where they wanted to go. Marvin Lewis was like, look, we want championships. We want AFC North championships. We want Super Bowl championships. Maybe it was far-fetched for him to say that, but that was his goal every single year. I'm not saying I want Marvin Lewis back. Like, I was saying he needed to go. I love the guy, but I was saying that he needed to go because I felt like his message was getting stale. But his culture needed to stay. His vision needed to stay. That core needed to stay. And we just needed to build upon it. I feel like I keep saying that. We just needed to build upon the culture that he left behind. Cultures can be built upon. I feel like everything got scrapped. And that shouldn't have happened. So now, pieces of that need to come back. And I feel like that's why people like Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins and AJ Green, I feel like that's why they're not happy. I feel like they see that culture, like that vision that they embraced. I feel like they see it eroding around them. They're kind of looking like, dude, we had something here and I want to rock with this guy, but he's kind of tearing down the stuff that made the Bengals. Like, people laughed at the Bengals before we got here, and we had something, and it was going really great, and now it's going away, and I'd rather just jump off of this ship before it turns back into what it used to be. And as a Bengals fan, I just don't want to see that happen again. Like, as a kid, I went through the 90s, and it sucked terribly. Like, it was horrible being a kid watching the Bengals suck terribly in the 90s. And then, like, in the 2000s, like in the 2010s, like when they were getting good, it was great. It was awesome. And we just want that back. So either we want them to get it together with what they have, or just say, look, Taylor, we tried it your way and it's not working. So we got to do what we got to do. And this happens in business all of the time. People think they have something and the visions just don't match. What can you do? That's just how it goes. But at some point, pride has to go out of the window, and you have to realize you have to do what's best for your squad and your players, because people's primes don't last forever. And you want to maximize that prime, and you don't want to maximize that prime with coaches who just don't mesh with the vision. So you have to get a vision, and you have to get it to align with the players. So hopefully they get it together really, really soon, because as Bengals fans, I mean, we can't continuously watch this. I mean, it's tough. And if it's tough for us as fans, I mean, I can only imagine what the players are going through. I mean, I know they're like, you're just the fans. Like, you only got to watch it. Like, we play in this. Like, so that's definitely tough. So we're going to go ahead and jump from the pro game to the college game. And I've been chatting with quite a few people about Ohio State, talking to some Michigan guys, talking to some Clemson guys, just talking to a lot of people across the board. And the consensus is Ohio State is one of the top 4 teams in the nation, but do they really deserve to be in the college football playoff? And my answer to that is, are you serious? like be serious. I mean, and to be truthful, you don't really hear that a lot from the big 4 groups. You don't really hear that from Alabama fans. You don't really hear that from Clemson fans. But like there's like a large group of folks talking crazy about Ohio State not being in like the top 4 because of the number of games they played, because of who they played, because of who they didn't play. And I simply say, let me ask you this. Suppose Alabama, in the middle of them playing 9 games, got 3 of their games canceled. Suppose they weren't able to play Ole Miss because of COVID. And suppose they weren't able to play, Georgia because of COVID and LSU because of COVID. So now they're 6-0. Anybody saying anything about Alabama? My guess is no. We're saying Alabama is one of the best 4 teams in the nation with those 6 games, correct? So let's move on. Let's say Clemson is, 5-1. They didn't get to play Duke because of COVID. They missed the Florida State game because of COVID. And let's say, they didn't play North Carolina State because of COVID. And they lost again to Notre Dame. So let's say they're 5-1 because of COVID. We saying they're not one of the top 4 teams in the country? My guess is no. We're still counting them, right? So what makes them different from Ohio State? Exactly. Really, what happens in these situations is, if you're not a fan of the team with the least amount of games, you come at that team with the least amount of games. That's what normally happens. And if you happen to be that team, then you're bringing up everything that I just said. I mean, if Ohio State is, 9-1, and we're in 5th place at this point, 5th in the standings, and Alabama is 6-0, guaranteed the first thing us Buckeye fans are saying is, oh, well, they only played 6 games. How do they get to be number one or number two and they only play 6 games? So what I'm saying isn't unique just because I'm an Ohio State fan. This would go for any team. So I'm not being just, oh, this big Ohio State fan. The best 4 teams should get in. Period. That's based on record. And that's just based on how they look. Now, because of what I just said, this is inherently unfair. I admit this 172%. It's inherently unfair, especially to a team like UC, who definitely looks the part, but will never get a chance to play the part because they don't play in one of the Power 5 conferences. This college football playoff is not set up for a group of 5 team. It's just not. I don't even know why they entertain a group of 5 team as having a chance to be in this. Like, I don't even know why they do. When the whole rankings start off, a group of 5 team isn't even close to being in the top 4. And I feel like it's done on purpose. I mean, if you want a shot as a group of 5 team, you have to be in the top 10 in the beginning of the year. You can't be number 17 or 18 in the beginning of the year. There's no way to move up. I mean, think about it. UC got put under a 2-loss Iowa State team. This 2-loss Iowa State team was put ahead of a team that they lost to. This team was ranked 19th. This makes sense to you? Absolutely not. This literally tells you that the only way the University of Cincinnati can get in is if utter chaos happens above them. And even if it does, they still have to pray. I mean, they really do. It's extremely difficult for a team like UC to get in. And then it's extremely difficult for a team like Ohio State or Clemson or Alabama or Notre Dame to get left out. It just is. It just is. It really is. As a fan of Ohio State, I admit this freely. I love the benefits, but also as a fan that likes UC, it's a little frustrating. I mean, I'm kind of looking like that's messed up. I mean, I admit I pull more for Ohio State than UC. I admit that, which is weird, me having a podcast that's called A Cincy Fan Talking. But, I mean, Ohio State grad. I mean, what can you do? It's really the only time I go Ohio State over UC. It's the only time. So, hey. But until this whole CFP thing is actually skewed so it can be fair, like really, really fair, it's gonna be like this. Like there's no changing it. There really isn't. It's really jacked up when you think about it. You play these games, you watch these college football games, and everybody hypes them up and they say, oh, look at this. And when you really think about it, only 3 or 4 of them really mean something. I mean, just really think about it. You watch all these games, but how many of them really affect the outcome of the college football playoff? The ones Ohio State are in, the ones Alabama happen to be in, the ones Clemson are in. I mean, very few of them actually affect the college football playoff race. But ESPN will really hype you up to make them think that more do. But that's just not the case. there has to be a system in order for this to happen. The system is pretty easy. Allow more teams to be in. But when you invite more teams to be in, what happens is you might get a group of 5 team to get in or not. You might end up letting more Power 5 teams in. And if that happens, that would be absolutely unfair because the American Athletic Conference has some really good teams. They really do. But they never get a chance to prove it. So what I'm really hoping for is that Ohio State and UC finds a way to sneak in there. Like, I really want that to happen. That would be absolutely awesome. I don't see it happening. I really don't. But I hope in some way, shape, or form it happens. It would be awesome. So that's what I'm pulling for. That's what I want to see happen on Saturday. Something great to happen. Ohio State to win, and I don't know, what, Alabama. I don't even see a way it could happen. If you think you can see a way that it will happen, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up at a Cincy Fan Talking. Leave the G out. Make that a Cincy Fan Talking. Let me know how you think UC and Ohio State could fit in there. Let me know, because I'm trying to twist it up in my head, and I don't see how it could work. And we're going to go ahead and take this break. Cincy Fan Talking with LP. We'll be right back. Yo, welcome back to a Cincy Fan Talking with LP. And of course, this is your boy LP. I did a little segment a while back talking about Nas's new album, The King's Disease. Real good album. If y'all haven't checked it out, definitely make sure y'all do that. So, got nominated for Grammy Award, Best Rap Album. Really hope Nas get that. It would be his first Grammy, which is amazing to me. Really can't believe he hasn't won a Grammy. And there was some real cool competition. I really liked the competition. Freddie Gibbs nominated, Jay Electronica nominated, D Smoke, Royce da 5'9". Real good albums this year. So, hoping Nas get it. Making this a Nas Grammy Stan account. Like, hey, the Nas Grammy Stan podcast out here for real. But it's a real dope album. Like I said before, on the previous pod episode, did a real good job of merging new and old artists at the same time. Hit Boy produced it. It's real good. But I was just thinking a while back how, like, hip hop is everywhere now. Like, you can't really go anywhere without hearing hip hop. Like, it's in commercials, it's in like the video games. You can see it on people's t-shirts. Like, I see it on people's podcasts and like fantasy football intros, like straight out of Rochester and all of that. I'm like, wow. And I was just remembering as a kid, like, I just never would have thought that it would. Hey, what Biggie say? You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Like, I mean, I remember just listening to rap, like, early mid 90s, and I wouldn't say that it was necessarily profitable for the rappers. Not like it is now. Like, people will be like, never trying to cross over. I'm just doing this for the streets. And people were really out here wondering if hip hop would last. That was really a common theme of hip hop. People would be like, I'm not sure if hip hop will make it. People didn't think hip hop was a legitimate art form. And there might still be a couple people thinking that, people always say stuff like, hip hop ain't the same as what it used to be, this, that, and the third. And I always tell them, back in the quote unquote heyday, when conscious rap and all that was big, people was laughing at it back then. And a lot of people don't remember that. People was laughing at A Tribe Called Quest when they was first out, and I mean, people was giving it to conscious rap. People usually laugh at things they don't understand. I always tell the kids in my class that, like, people laugh at things that are new. People laugh at things that they don't get. Like, if they don't understand it, they laugh at it. They giggle at it. They call it stupid. They call it dumb. Oh, man, that's stupid. What they really saying is, I don't get it. I don't understand you. As soon as somebody else understands it, or as soon as somebody else say, oh, I like that, very quickly things change. Oh, I like that. That's cool. So I always tell them, like, just stick with what you're doing. You good. You cool. Like, just do what you do. And I feel like rap did that, a lot of people didn't understand where rap was going when rap was kind of finding its way, especially in like the 80s and the 90s. Like, when rap was really trying to find its foot and people didn't understand it, like when the gangster rap was doing this thing and then the conscious rap was doing this thing, and it looked like it was kind of split in a certain way, and it looked like two completely different things was happening. People didn't really understand it was the same thing. It just sounded different. People had a message. People had things that they wanted to say. But when you have something to say, I might not say it the same way that you do. I might have something different to say. I might live somewhere different. So my message might sound different. I see different things. I've heard different things. I've lived different things. So somebody in Houston has a different message from somebody in LA. And somebody in Chicago has a different message from somebody that lives in Mississippi. And somebody in Memphis has a different message from somebody in Cleveland. And me personally, I feel like it took a while for people to understand that rap doesn't have to sound the same. I feel like everybody felt like rap had to sound like New York. And then LA came out and did their thing. And people was like, oh. And then you could hear these little spots of rap pop up in all these different places. Oakland, Memphis, Atlanta, Houston, DC, Philly. You can hear all these different places with their own style. And I wouldn't say that it merged, but people started accepting that rap is going to be different. And then people started crossing over. And us as black people, we didn't really accept that at first. And people got crushed for the crossover. And that's what happened in the 90s. And I feel like the crossover, more than anything, is what got us to where we are today. I actually tweeted this. Like, people like MC Hammer, like, got us to where we are today. Like, that crossover effect really helped rap get over. Like, NWA crossed over in ways that they didn't expect. Both of these rappers, NWA and MC Hammer, did something amazing. And they sounded completely different. But they were just being themselves. And I feel like that's what made rap awesome. Because you could be yourself and just say something completely different. You can rap about how you felt, but you didn't have to sound like the next man. I feel like rap today, oddly enough, is pretty much the same as it was then. A lot of people don't get it. Sometimes it kind of sort of sounds the same, a little bit, but people are kind of breaking into their own styles. So people might not necessarily get it. But for the most part, rap now is the same thing as rap was back in the 90s. I mean, the styles are going to be different. But when you really think about it, the rap now is influenced from the past, just like the rap in the 90s was influenced from the past. I mean, it's always going to be that way. People are going to pick up on the stuff that influenced them, and you're going to flip it a little bit. It's what you do. You pay homage to the people that influence you, and you put your own little switch to it. But I just think it's really cool that, an art form that was created by us is prevalent everywhere. I mean, it's in football ads, like you just hear it and you see it everywhere. And I just feel like it's so dope that like something that people didn't think would last past, I don't know, 95 is still here, and it's more than alive and kicking. And I don't know, it's amazing to me. It's wild when you really think about it, for real. It's something crazy. I'm just trying to see where it go next. Give Nas his Grammy, definitely give him his Grammy, because he did some really good work on that album. So really hope he get that. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and talk about 2K next week, because I still got issues with that. I'm gonna wait another week to see if they sort that out, or if I gotta get into business. So we gonna see how that go. Real talk though, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all wear y'all mask out there, man. It's definitely real. It's definitely serious out there. So y'all make sure y'all mask up. Y'all keep everybody safe. Y'all keep yourselves safe. We're gonna check y'all out next week. Same bad time, same bad station. And until then, life is good, y'all. Peace out. Holla at y'all next week. Peace. If you're not ready for the conversation to end, I'm not either. Make sure to catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy Fan Talking. Leave off the G at the end of it, and we can keep the conversation going. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next episodes. The episodes will drop every Tuesday. If there's a change in that, I'll make sure to let you know. Appreciate the support. As always, life is good.